Morning, lovely people. It's been a while since I put a video on my page, but I'm coming to you here today with a special request from the mighty Archangel Gabriel. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit, but first of all, I just want to talk a little bit about the Alta major chakra. Now, if you've been on either of the workshops I've done with Tim Wild recently, you'll have heard us talking about this. But if not, I just want to cover it off quickly before we get stuck in. So you may well have heard of the Alta major chakra. It's been around for a very long time. Lots of people have been working with it previously. And it sits right at the base of the skull and the top of the spine where the two connect, right at the back of your head and here. Now, if you're familiar with the 12 chakra system, you will have noticed that the Alta major is not part of that 12 system. And that is because the 12 chakra system is based on an Atlantean blueprint that was stored away, ready and waiting for us when the ascension process began. And then we downloaded this 12 chakra system blueprint to activate us, to help us move forward with our ascension process. And at the time, the Atlanteans weren't working with the Alta major chakra at that level, and therefore it was not part of the main blueprint that was downloaded. However, we are going through quite a unique experience now with this ascension process. To be ascending as quickly as we are and coming from the 3D environment that we're in with the systems that are in place brings its own unique set of challenges. And over the course of this year and last year, we have actually brought online another 3 chakras. So we are now working with a 15 chakra system. And you may be thinking, well, actually, we've got tons and tons of chakras. And yes, that is correct. But what I mean by a 15 chakra system is that another 3 have been brought online at a 5th dimensional frequency. And they have formed part of the same column as the 12 that we've been working with. So these 3 chakras are the solar junction, which it basically sits on the edge of your spiritual body, right out, which could be up to 20 meters away from you, so a very, very long way away. But that spiritual field can fluctuate coming in and out. So it could be anywhere from really a couple of feet out up to about 20 miles away from you. And it just sits on the edge of that field. And it's responsible for pulling in additional light sources into your bodies and fields. We then have the thymus chakra, or the higher heart, which sits between the throat and the heart, which again is a very familiar one to lots of people, but as I say, it's been upgraded to a 5th dimensional frequency and brought in as part of the main column. And then, of course, the Alta major chakra. Now, I'm just focusing on the Alta major chakra today. We have talked about the other ones in the last 2 workshops I've done with Tim Wild. So if you are interested in that, the recordings are available via his website and well worth checking out. That was the Lionsgate workshop and the mid-August healing and 15 chakra activation. But the Alta major is doing a really important job at the moment, and that's why I want to talk to you about it. It began coming back online again, we believe, at the beginning of the lockdowns last year, so sort of early kind of February, March time last year, and it's already started coming online, and lots of the people I've spoken to have been recently suffering with a lot of discomfort at the back of the neck, and that may well resonate with you as well, and that is part of the chakra upgrading and integrating. Now, it's doing a very important job at the moment, because what it does is it helps us to filter out information entering our systems, and in particular taking on into our mental body, our mental field that exists around our head area, and has a massive impact on how our mind processes our thought processes, and how we understand information. Now, as many of you will be aware, I'm not going to go into it in great detail here, but with our current situation, there is an awful lot of disinformation going on. There's an awful lot of fear tactics going on, and there's an awful lot of, for want of a better word, mind control going on. And what I mean by that is manipulation of information to make people think in a certain way. And these things are having a massive impact on a huge portion of the planet. Those of us that are well awake, we are unplugging from that system and are able to see through it. But unfortunately, a large percentage of the population are still buying into that thought control patterns. Now, a part of this actually is down to the Alta Major chakra. So we are currently, as we are upgrading and integrating at a fifth dimensional level, we are shedding old 3D patterns. And it has been plugged into for the last 10,000 years, this 3D matrix, for want of a better word, that is kind of the 3D mental field of our planet, the collective field. And that field includes all of this information that I'm just talking about, all of this misinformation, all of this fear, all of these things. And the longer that we're plugged into that field, the more susceptible we are to it and less able to take control of our thought process and therefore step into our master self. So I can't iterate how important it is that we disconnect ourselves from this 3D matrix and step forward so that we can step out of this paradigm that we're in and move forward into the new age. And many of you, I would have thought all of you in fact that are watching this video, will already be doing this because you're awake, you're doing the work. But there are an awful lot of people that aren't yet. And that's what brings me here this morning. I had a special request the other day. It was after we finished, Tim Wild and I finished our event for mid-August and 15 chakra activation. Archangel Gabriel came to me and has asked me to do a mass disconnection from the 3D matrix for the Alta Major chakra of everyone on the planet. That is rather a big task. And that's why I need your help. That's why I'm here this morning, because the more of us that get involved in doing this, the more power that we will have as a collective group and the bigger impact that we can have. Now, of course, we will be doing this under the law of grace. If you're not familiar, that term basically means that we will be doing it for the higher good, for the higher self of each individual. So if they're not ready to disconnect from it yet, they won't do. So we will state that at the beginning of the invocation. But as I understand it, the process where we are at the moment, everybody is ready to make this shift. But nevertheless, we always do work like this under the law of grace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead us in a short visualization this morning with the work of some incredible unicorns and Archangel Gabriel himself. We're going to work through and do this mass disconnection for the people. I do apologise if you can hear a loud motorcycle going past my home at the moment. It should be gone in a second. So, wherever you are, I just want you to take a minute to relax. Take a deep breath in and out. And feel the ground beneath your feet. Ensure you're nice and grounded. Just take another deep breath in and relax. And one last deep breath in and out. Now I want to draw your attention to your Alta Major chakra first. We're just going to check in with this. As I say, this is right at the back of your head, where the top of the spine meets the base of the skull. And just focus on the energy here. And what you see. You may sense and feel a white light here. And for the moment that may just be a small little pinprick of light. Or it might be bright and full and filling the back of your head. Either way, it doesn't matter at this point, because we're going to do some work here as well. Just take a deep breath in, focusing your breath into this chakra. And as you do, watch it growing brighter and brighter. And see the light expanding out. And once you become aware of another energy that's joining you at this time, as the presence of an incredible unicorn draws close. You may see this unicorn as a beautiful horse with a glowing cone of light coming from its third eye chakra. Or you may just perceive it as an incredibly bright light, one of the brightest lights you'll ever have seen. Either way, it does not matter. Just thank him for his presence here at this time. And this is a beautiful 9th dimensional unicorn, incredibly high frequency, filled with love and grace. And it just walks up to the back of your head and starts to pour light into your Alta Major chakra. As he does so, see the chakra starting to spin, slowly at first, as the light gently pours in. Take a deep breath in as you absorb this light into your Alta Major chakra. And watch as it grows in size and the light gets brighter and brighter. Beautiful, incredible white light. You may start to feel a physical sensation at the back of your head. Don't worry. That's just the chakra fully activating and integrating. As the light continues to pour in. And the chakra is now growing so bright that the light is beginning to merge with the light of the unicorn himself. I just want you to tune in to this chakra and see if you can feel any cords coming out of it. You may notice a trunk coming straight out of this chakra. And this is your connection into the 3D matrix. And this is not a problem, so please do not worry if you've still got this. We all still do at some level. But we're ready to release this now and step forward into our master selves. Let's just ask that the unicorn helps detach it for you. As he continues to pour light in, you see the cord begin to dissolve as the light from your Alta Major spreads back down through the cord. It just disintegrates into pure liquid light, fully releasing you from its connection. And we ask while we're here, if you feel comfortable to, that the unicorn take away any fear that may have been stored in this chakra as part of this 3D matrix. Just letting it all go. And feel confident in the fact your thought patterns are your own. You are a divine master and you can make decisions for yourself. You are powerfully intuitive and you know the right thing to do for you. And you know when you hear something, whether it is truth or not. And trust in that truth. Trust in that intuition, because you are a divine master. Feel the strength that gives you in your heart, knowing that you are a master. Now as you relax in this light, you just feel yourself gently starting to float away as you lift up off the ground. It should be a beautiful, relaxing feeling as you gently float up and up. Do not worry about the properties that you're in at this time. You can just float through the walls and float on up until you leave your home. See the town or the city that you're currently in getting smaller and smaller as you float up and up. You can see your entire country beneath you, and then the entire continent, until eventually you leave the atmosphere of the earth and float gently into space. The air here is clear and you can still breathe with no problems whatsoever. It feels cool and refreshing and peaceful as you look down across planet Earth in all its glory. One beautiful planet, one beautiful people. Look out across the lands, and I want you to begin to become aware of little tiny white lights all across the planet. And focus on the Alta major chakra of everyone across our planet. Just see them as tiny, tiny pinpricks like stars in the night sky. Just focus on these lights for a minute. And you may be able to see from up here all of the individual chords attached to each one of these chakras. The number of them is incomprehensible. And again, I want you to become aware of another presence as the air becomes crisp and clear around you. You start to see a light slowly fading, getting brighter and brighter, until with a pop, you are in the presence of the mighty Archangel Gabriel, glowing with incredible diamond white light. He smiles at you gently. He thanks you for your service here today. It is an honour to be joined by a master such as yourself, he says to you, with a smile. Allow his words to wash over you there and feel his vibration. And know in your heart that Archangel Gabriel would never lie to you. He sees you as a master. You are a master. Take comfort in that. And behind Archangel Gabriel opens an incredible diamond-shaped portal, almost like a rip in space, opens out of nothingness. This huge, vast diamond opens larger and larger. And you begin to see unicorns coming through. Beautiful, incredible, bright lights. First just a few, then tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions of unicorns are now joining us, filling the space around planet Earth. So much light now, it's almost blinding, but yet comfortable at the same time. These incredible beings just waiting around the Earth. Archangel Gabriel turns to you and says, they are waiting for your command. Now, either out loud in your head, we state that under the law of grace, we request the assistance of Archangel Gabriel and the mighty ninth dimensional unicorns to touch, light up, and fully activate the Alta major chakras of every single being on the planet. And we request that at the same time we disconnect them from the 3D matrix, releasing them of any mind control patterns that may be in place. Once again, we state this under the law of grace. Do not worry about finding the exact words to request just set your intention that you wish the unicorns to fully activate the Alta major chakras of everyone on this planet and disconnect them from the 3D matrix. And then in a flash, the unicorns jump to work. They begin to charge down to planet Earth at incredible speeds. See them flying down to every single pinprick of white light that you see across the planet. And watch as each of those lights grows brighter and brighter. The light coming across from planet Earth now is growing exponentially. Merged with the light of the unicorns, it's almost blinding in the most beautiful possible way. Continue to watch as these chakras are growing and growing. Then focus on these cords attached to each and every individual. See them disconnecting and releasing. Feel the unicorns pouring love into the Alta major chakra of everyone, releasing any fear that may be stored there. Just continue to focus on this for a moment. And when they are done, unicorns turn round and fly back out, leaving planet Earth, carrying any energies or any cords that they may have detached with them, and flying back through the diamond-shaped portal. And in a flash, they're all gone. Just look down to planet Earth once again and see all of those Alta major chakras growing planet-wide. Archangel Gabriel turns to you and says, "Thank you for your assistance here today. You cannot underestimate the power of what you have just achieved. And we in the heavens above are infinitely grateful for your assistance. Thank you." And just take a moment to thank Archangel Gabriel too. Before he leaves, he spreads his wings around you in a loving embrace. Just take a deep breath in and feel that pure angel love, and allow the incredible diamond white light of his energy to wash over you. This is a gift that he's giving you here. His incredible light purifies all of your bodies and fields and all 15 of your chakras, lighting you up As he releases you, he takes a step back and he bows before you, turns and flies back through the portal, and in a flash, it's gone. And when you're ready, set your attention back to where you started and begin to gently float back down into the Earth's atmosphere, down towards your continent, towards your country, towards your town and city, towards the building you started, passing gently back through the walls and settling back into your body. And just take a moment to feel your Earth Star chakra beneath your feet. See it glowing with incredible hematite light. May you feel a tingling sensation under your feet. And just ask that this chakra grounds you at a perfect level for you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for your assistance with that. That's an incredibly powerful bit of work that you've just done and will help this planet in a way that you can't even begin to comprehend at the moment. So thank you. Now, as I mentioned before, the more people that we can get doing this video, the better. So I would really appreciate it if you feel drawn to share it with your groups. Of course, it's completely up to you. Or please feel free to write your own visualization with the same common goal and put that out there as well. It doesn't matter whether it's my information or anyone else's. The important thing is that we're doing this work. So I really appreciate your assistance with it. And sending you all lots of love, and thank you again. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.